He's so great in that. Security cam, probably disabled. Chuck him anyways.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That
What's
was a
up?
fun one.
That was a fun little whistle there.
Yeah, we have a good time.
This is a great time, man. Wow. Let's start low and we'll build up.
Absolutely. No need to come in with too much heat.
We've been coming in with a lot of heat.
We've been coming in super hot.
This feels strong right now.
This is
No,
good.
we're
I
trying
agree.
to
That's
give
like
off a
slow
nice,
burn.
a very comfortable, cozy vibe.
Yeah, but our strength, but the strength is apparent. I think the strength behind this, the subtleties of this quiet start. I think it's apparent that this is going to be an absolute rager.
Welcome to In the Minivan.
Welcome.
This is a podcast about
music, friendship, and staying positive.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
great.
yeah. Shit. Have you never listened to it? That's
No,
okay.
I mean I've listened to some of your clips, but I was gonna wait till we started and been like, what is this podcast? You just kind of summed it up. I'm
What are
stoked.
you guys?
Yeah, well, fuck, dude. Well, there's a third here today. We found another third.
We found
to join
another
this,
third boy to join.
The third boy to join, Matty Ryan.
Hey,
Matty Ryan.
Thanks for having me,
Hit
fellas.
a button, Max.
Ooh,
Well, that's your
spooky.
that's your
Nice,
Fall
dude.
is here, autumn
Yep.
is here, Halloween's around the corner. You got red
Can't wait.
hair, pumpkins are
Oh,
orange.
dude. Fall's my shit, dude. God, I love fall.
I do too, man. When's your birthday?
I'm really excited.
November 8th.
On November 1st.
Sick, dude.
Score,
You guys been hanging out. You never talked about your birthdays till now?
We're
No,
guys,
we're
dude.
dudes,
That shit's
bro.
weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, so we're just like on our bed, on our stomachs. Like, when's your birthday?
That's how I do it with my boys.
That's not true. I've known you
I actually do. Yeah, I don't know your birthday.
I know you don't.
You just said it. Can't remember it.
I know. I know you're in March
But if
somewhere.
it was close to me, I'm in March somewhere.
Yeah.
And you're November 8th.
That's me.
It's him.
Nice, dude. It's all right.
It's all
Well,
right.
it's okay.
March 21st.
My due date was Halloween, actually. I was late.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I had a due date. I think I just kind of showed up.
Hey, Max is
Hey,
here.
I'm here. Surprise special delivery.
Wait, you're pregnant?
It was in a porta potty at a Skinner concert.
Dude, I wish. That
His
was
mom is a partier.
She is a
likes
party.
to have fun.
She's a party. She's old now, but
She was at Woodstock.
she was. Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Did you know that? My
I
mom
don't
was
know.
at
I don't think
Woodstock?
so. That kicks ass.
Yeah, she's a
She
trooper.
made it all the way up there from Atlanta, huh?
You know
No,
what I
no,
really
she's
love?
from here.
Oh,
I love
shit, okay.
hearing your father talk about your mother, because your dad was he wasn't a square, but he was sort of square. He you know, he did business, and then he talks about meeting Max's mom. Like, she was amazing. Like, she was bohemian, and all my friends did finance, and she was free. And I was like, wow. I mean, are you happy with the life you have? He was like, I'm so happy.
Oh, that's adorable. I love
these
this.
open, free children with me, and I just couldn't be happier. It was crazy.
That's
I was like,
amazing.
it was
That's
so
how
nice.
you're about to make me cry. You're about to make me shed.
Your dad
Me too.
loves your mom, Max. I hate to break it to you, brother.
But no, I'm thrilled about it, dude. You know, I'm one of the. Most of my friends don't have divorced parents, is what I'm realizing.
Well, apparently, I was listening to another podcast, Dax Shepard's podcast, The Armchair Expert. He comes from divorced parents, and all of his friends growing up also had divorced parents. You know what I mean? What about you, man?
Yeah, mine split in high school, but I feel like there is a disproportionate amount of kids I grew up with that parents did not get divorced. But I feel like on the whole, like once you get out of high school and you're through college, it's like half, and the statistic is like 51%. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
but high school, that's got to be a strange one for them to split when you're in high school.
Yeah.
Before we get too deep into anything, we should do some housekeeping.
Oh, should
let's
we?
keep
house.
Is that what we need to do when
Knock,
we're
knock,
getting
knock.
into
Housekeeping.
when you're finally getting to know Maddie? You want to do the housekeeping?
I keep everything surface level,
do it,
dude.
let's do it, man.
I heard vulnerability
Circle
was
back.
around the corner. I was like, no.
Welcome to in the minivan. What's your
restart
biggest
the-
trauma?
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, I got half the breakup brigade in here, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I got you two and then Nick and Adam, and
Nice.
it's the whole breakup team.
Hey,
so.
it takes a village, man. Get your buddy
No
through a
kidding.
breakup.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know.
get your boy through his breakup.
Yeah.
Anyways, Patreon. God damn it.
What are all of our roles in your breakup? Like, if you had to describe us as like an A team.
Yeah, who's the safe
Who's
guy?
Maddie?
Who's the-
Am I Mr. T or am I the
You no,
You can. It doesn't have to be 18. You can make it whatever you want.
Okay, well, what's another 4-person?
Fantastic Four. Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11.
Who's your guy? Yeah.
Fuck.
Any number of
Because there's
any
more than
people.
4.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yeah,
That is
Okay.
true. And that actually
You're
sums
my
us up
Sean
better.
Connery. You're my Aquaman.
Sick.
And then Adam's Hellboy.
You just pulled from. What are you talking about? Well, you're Sean
I've never
Connery,
seen that
you're
movie.
Aquaman, and that's a Devil Boy.
No,
That's
Hellboy.
so
It's
funny.
different.
That's so funny. Who's on your Mount Rushmore? Well, you know, we got Sean Connery, Aquabody, Devil Dog.
And the Devil Dogs.
Devil Dog.
Okay, sorry, housekeeping.
Patreon.
Patreon.
All right, so here's the deal. This is early September. October 1st, Michael and I are doing a live In the Minivan podcast in Indianapolis, Indiana at Let's Fest with Danny Maupin as our guest.
Nice.
Yep.
Love Danny.
It's going to be a great time. We're going to have a good time. And then I'm going to be in Cincinnati the week after, the 5th and 6th. You're there the 7th.
I'm there the 7th, yeah.
Yeah, and then
I might come do that show on the 6th. We'll see.
Let me know,
I have to
dude.
get my
I
flights
got
still.
I got an Airbnb
Sick,
starting Saturday, though.
Okay.
So what you got, Michael?
This coming weekend, I'm going to be at Off Cabot in Boston, September 15th and 16th.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
They're giving you a hotel?
I hope so.
All right. So
If not, will you call my cousin? Sorry. I don't know who I was directing
your
that
cousin
at.
the-
I think I was directing that at the audience.
your
Yeah.
your
Everyone
cousin who
call-
lives in Boston.
call Michael's
Somebody
cousin.
Call my cousin. Tell him I'm coming.
So go see Michael in Boston. And then Patreon. We have a place. You know what Patreon is, Matty?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a place where they can exchange their cash for goods and services.
Yes.
For $5 a month,
Whoa.
we'll give you 2 bonus episodes.
That's a deal.
That is a deal.
That's a
Thank you.
steal.
But let me ask you this, Matty. We ask everybody this.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask?
Somebody ask.
What am I asking?
When you go swimming, do you wear a shirt in the pool?
No.
Okay. Well, this part's not for you then.
All right.
We have T-shirts.
Okay.
Okay.
When you're bleeding, you just let it run all over the place?
For a little while, you know what I
And
mean?
then
Make sure
what do
all
you
the
do?
stuff that got in there gets out, and then you
Right.
fucking tape it up, dude. You know what I mean?
Tape it?
I mean, after you put a band-aid or some gauze, you know what I mean?
Some
I'm
gauze or
actually.
maybe some cloth.
It sounds like I'm bad, but I'm really good at first aid.
I believe that.
Out of necessity.
I believe that.
throughout
Well, you're the
years.
first person to say, let it bleed a little
Little,
bit.
yeah, you got to get
Just to get all the gunk out.
the schmutz has the fucking drain.
Yeah, whatever caused that, you don't want that
Yeah,
sticking
you don't
in
want
there.
that bacteria.
So,
So we have
to the
T-shirts.
pitch.
So if you're a $10 patron, you get the 2 bonus episodes. After your second month, we'll mail you a T-shirt. These
Holy
T-shirts
shit.
also double as flags. You can put them on your flagpole. You
Whoa,
can.
first time hearing of this.
I know. I've updated the pitch.
Oh, were you asking about first aid because you could use it as a tournicut? In the case of,
Exactly.
There we go.
It's good
Okay,
for
Also,
stopping
nice.
blood.
these
Yeah, it'll
shirts
stop the
were
bleeding.
built for 2 things: stopping blood and being worn in the pool.
That's great.
Now, but we've updated. They can be flown as a flag in your middle school.
At your middle
At
school.
your middle school, high school, and elementary school, absolutely not.
Absolutely
6th, 7th, and
not.
8th grade, fly our shirt.
Yep.
You can use them as a bandana for paintball
Sure.
matches.
Yeah.
Yep.
And-
Or if you find yourself in a sort of Lord of the Flies situation with
You
your
could eat
middle
it.
school,
yeah.
use it. I'm thinking of using it as a head wrap to delineate who's the king.
True. Or you could tie the sleeves and make it like a carrying thing. Tie
bindle.
that to a bindle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
dude.
bindle.
All right, yeah. If you're homeless,
Yeah.
you might want one of these shirts
Yeah.
for $10 a month.
If you're homeless or you're in middle school,
These-
or you want to swim with a shirt on, or you're bleeding, or
this Venn diagram became a square.
It's a multifunctional. It's like a Swiss Army knife.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's
So-
a multi-hyphenate. This is the Whoopi Goldberg of t-shirts.
But the other part of this is for $10 after your second month, you get the T-shirt. We'll also give you sets from last night. That's when stand-up goes off the rails. We post the clips and the audio there. And while you're making your way over there to give us some cash or to leave us a fucking review on Apple Podcasts,
Leave a review.
please leave us a review. Michael's got a damn jam for you while you do it.
Sick.
Matty, take it away.
Oh wait. What do you want me to do here?
I don't know.
I already laid the beat.
This is Matty's beat.
Oh shit. Yeah, we started this beat before we started hitting record.
Oh. Okay. Ooh, Patreon. I don't know that you have a sense of rhythm, man.
I don't.
I love you to death, but you take the beat sometimes.
Oh, dude.
Bust a shot.
I gotta be honest, that's my biggest fear in life is someone calling out my lack of rhythm.
Really?
Well, you can learn
I'm
it.
sorry.
You know what I mean?
So when some comics are like, white people can't keep a beat, are you in the back like,
dude, you have to understand every time.
Because I hear that and I'm like, ask me to clap on rhythm right now,
dude,
and watch me.
I panic every time. And if I hear anyone say like, white people don't have rhythm, white people can't dance, I'm over here, fuck. Like I really,
right.
They're all right. There's no way that.
I still stand in
for
disagreement.
you. Yeah, I mean, he's right for you. I got
in
some
particular.
rhythm.
We also have rhythm.
My
favorite thing is also I have some black friends that have no rhythm whatsoever,
Sure.
but they're never getting the short end of that stick.
No.
They're just blending
Benefit of
in,
the
and I'm
doubt,
like, buddy, I could call this out right now. I can make a big old stick about this right now,
Not
buddy.
going to do you like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do you like that, but you also have no rhythm, and I wish this was talked about a little bit more, okay? Some people got it, some people don't.
And I don't, and it's heartbreaking.
It's okay.
Michael, were you ever in bands? Like, when did you start doing like looping and like
I
stuff?
started doing this in college after I saw Reggie Watts.
Oh, yeah.
Reggie Watts came out with Fuck Shit Stack.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever this
Take
is,
some fucks, take some
I
shit.
want
Yep.
this so bad.
Yeah.
And so I got the same equipment as him. But when I came up in a musical family, I was in like church choir,
Okay.
church band. My brother's a musician.
Do you
and
play
a
anything?
songwriter. I lightly play guitar and bass and fuck around with this. My dad's a singer, so it was always
Nice.
always like musical stuff happening, but mostly based around the church.
Fun.
Cool.
Fun.
But did you play music? You played bass, right?
I play guitar. I mean, I
Guitar.
can play bass. I did bass in one band. Like,
I feel like
later
if you
in
can play
high school.
guitar,
Bass
you
is
play
fun.
bass.
Yeah.
Most people.
Well, yeah, I did bass because my brother was already doing guitar, so I was like, gotta be
Gotta be
my own
different.
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
We got to do our own Southern Kings of Leon in the church here.
Wait, did you
church.
play in bands?
Uh-huh.
What kind of bands were you in?
Like jam bands. You know what I mean? They mostly cover bands.
Okay, this is what we should discuss.
Exactly. So when your parents got divorced,
Yeah. That was a fun summer for the band actually.
Really?
We
I believe
played
it.
in the garage.
that
and
was
like,
when you guys were your freest.
Yeah, it was good. My dad just moved out.
Is there a point where it's like when one parent moves out and it's like, oh, I can totally capitalize on this and kind of get away with shit?
I mean, I think it was yes and no, and I think it was like it wasn't that I could get away with shit. It was that like I think the perspective shifted of like what's important and like like is it
And what is
are we gonna
important,
like is it like is smoking cigarettes now as big of a deal as it was before dad moved out?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
and
shit.
the answer is no. It's not as big of a deal because life has shifted in a way. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
So like, it wasn't like I was getting away with more, but I think
You were getting in trouble more.
Well, I was a little bit, but it was also like I think she's like my mom saw like me and my sister's friends, and like they were like we were all smoking weed and like going to fish shows and stuff, but like we were like good, like not bad kids,
Right?
You know what I mean? Like they weren't like, and I had some bad friends that were like in the neighborhood I grew up in for sure. That were like truly like criminals and like agents of chaos. But like the ones we were bringing home were like there was like some theater kids, some music kids, like. So there was like this
Your mom
group
saw
of
that you
misfits and weirdos.
You weren't out there being a piece of shit.
Right.
You were getting into regular teenage level
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans is a good word.
The more I look back on it, the more I realize I was a bad kid, and it's
we definitely did a ton of bad shit. I mean, egging
dude,
cars is bad.
Egging cars is. I
didn't egg cars.
No, but again, these are shenanigans.
Yeah.
We did shenanigans.
I didn't have shenanigans.
Well, you took it a little further than me, outside of what we were doing. When we were together, it was shenanigans, which is why your parents still like me. Outside of me, I can't speak for what you did.
Yeah, that's true. I was
was it the kind of thing of like if he was going out with you, they're like, all right, we know Michael's going to keep an eye on him tonight, or
kind of, but also not really.
We got into some shit, but I had a limit. I'm a bit of a pussy. So
I'm a huge pussy, and you would.
You guys stop! You're both pussies.
But whose idea was it to like sneak out and like drive into like?
Oh, I did that. I would steal cars sometimes.
You steal cars?
No, not other people's cars. Like in the middle of the night, my dad's, and like go to my girlfriend's house at like 2 a.m. and like. And I got caught when he wrote the mileage down one night because he was like suspecting that I was doing it. Yeah. And I like picked her up. We went like downtown to the beach at like 1 a.m. So there was a lot of miles on the car.
Oh shit! Wait, you were like on the beach in Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, like downtown.
God
we, like,
damn,
the
that's
cops
gotta
like trying
be
to let
so
us me to
cool.
leave. Yeah. Ooh. I was like 16.
Yeah,
that's sick.
We would do shit like, I mean, we would take your car usually, and then we would
the
go
minivan.
The minivan
In the minivan, the old famous minivan. It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah, she's here, dude. And what was the name of that car?
What did I call it? Weinstein?
Mr. Weinstein.
Mr. Weinstein.
Pre-Harvey. But we would go and take that.
was pre-Harvey.
Pre-Harvey. We would take that downtown and just hang out with people and shit. But like, we weren't really doing anything bad then. That was just sneaking out.
Yeah.
We're not like, we weren't drinking even. We were just kind of going and hanging out at places. But then like, I don't know. It definitely took a shift for me because I dropped out of high school. And
Yeah, I always forget that.
I think
That's about as bad as a kid thing you can do.
I got into college and I left, and then Max was.
How does it even happen in like a family that's like, you know what I mean? Like a normal,
exactly
wholesome family. How do they not make you go to like? My dad would have beat the fuck out of me. Like, you're going, what do you mean you're dropping out of high school?
I didn't drop out.
Fucking
So that
kill
was
you.
the thing. I went to, I mean, fuck. All right. So when I was 17, long story short, I was in and out of a facility.
Sure. We've talked about that.
And then I wasn't really ready to go back to regular ass school. So it's not so much that I dropped out. After that, I went to like the public, what do they call it? Kind of like a second chance school, right?
Sure.
Independence High School.
Independence High School.
yeah,
Across from
yeah.
the Krispy Kreme in Roswell.
Is that for like the kids that got kicked out of all the other high schools?
Yeah,
and
but
shit?
I was the only kid that chose to go there because it's like jail, dude. You walk
Yeah, I was gonna
in,
say you're the only one without like an ankle monitor on.
kind of. I was the only one that was. I mean, I went to high school with like a 21-year-old kid. God,
That doesn't. I don't understand that.
it was insane.
Oh, because that's how crazy this high school
Yes.
was.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
are you 40? Come on in, dude.
Well, dude, it was legitimately like I remember the first day at lunch. You sit down, and it's just like you think prison is, and they're like, "What'd you do to get in here?" And everyone's like, oh, "I threw a chair at a teacher, or whatever." And I was just like, "Fucking, I don't know." I had a mental breakdown.
I don't know. You guys seem cool, dude.
Yeah,
I
I
like
was
this
so
place.
scared, dude. I was so fucking scared. I didn't know anybody.
Sure.
I was really scared. I skipped most of that to hang out at a bagel shop next
Yeah.
door. But
That's where you get the real life lessons.
Yeah.
that's for certain. I was that was just a whole thing. But so and then I didn't finish there, and I got accepted into Georgia State
Nice.
prior to all of this.
Is that Bulldogs? No.
No, Panthers.
Oh, okay.
UGA is Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah.
But I got accepted into college, before any of this shit happened, and they just didn't really check.
Nice.
So I was like, all right, well, I'll just go to college.
Hey, we're so cool, right? Sick, dude.
Georgia State will just let you rock.
Well, after a year of college, and I had like a 3.8 GPA.
That's good.
I was doing really well. They were like, hey, there's a hold on your account. Not a big deal. We just need to see your diploma. We don't have a copy of it. I was like, ooh.
Oh.
I don't have one. Man.
I should have taken that Photoshop class.
Yeah. And then I had to go get a GED after a year of college.
That's so funny. But you figured it out. You got it.
Yeah, and I was
Nice.
already a genius at the Apple Store at that point.
Wow.
So couldn't stop me
Huge.
now.
I mean, I think that'll help you with just the mental aspect of getting your GED. You're like, shit, this is light work. I'm a genius. Don't you know?
Yeah, it really. I walked in with my Apple shirt on.
And I was
like,
Where do I sign?
yeah,
I did. Well,
Where do I sign?
because I had to go to work. Yeah.
Come on.
I'm not taking this test. Just sign.
But
I'd
yeah,
like to opt out.
but, well, and that. So I wasn't a good kid, I guess.
I mean, but you're not bad. You know what I mean? Like, not bad.
It's not that I'm a bad guy.
Right.
I'm a
That's
bad,
it. Bad. Yeah.
I'm a bad-
We were doing bad shit.
I was
for
a bad
sure.
boy.
Bad boy.
Bad boy.
Sure.
Devil boy.
I was a devil dog, dude.
Devil dogs, dude.
Devil got you by the toe.
I mean, and shit, and that still comes out every now and then. We went to fish.
Yeah.
We went, and
Sure did.
Maddie, you were going to fish with your older sister.
Younger. I mean, she ended up coming like she was like a year younger than me, and then she would I remember the first time I took her to a show. Like my mom, like my friends, because I had friends that were older than me. They were like when I was a sophomore, they were like seniors, and like a couple of them were in college, and like they had like the cars and more of the wherewithal.
How'd you end up friends with them?
One of them I was in a band with. We went to the same high school. I went to like an all boys Catholic high school.
Oh shit!
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And then the all girls school is next door. That's where my sister went. Like, so when we did like theater in high school, we did it at the girls' school.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like I had been to a couple shows, and my mom was like, even my older friend was like, we're taking your sister, and I was like, I don't want to take my sister. I was like a sophomore, and she was a freshman.
Yeah.
But then we did, and it was fun. We went to like an Alpine show, and like
hell yeah,
our friends like Lake House or something. That was earlier on, but yeah, I started seeing shows like freshman year, probably.
Yeah.
Dude, I've said this 100 times because Dale said it, and it really fucking. If I got into Phish in high school, I would be dead now.
I don't know.
I think so, man.
Maybe you'd have a better intro into it. It'd be less about the drugs, more about the.
It's not about the drugs.
No.
No. I like being at the shows. With, it's not about the drugs, but like. That's a part of it.
Sure.
And if I was 15 going to those shows, I was a real baby bitch at 15.
No, you were going to all sorts of shows.
Yeah, but I wasn't doing drugs.
We
were going. I was like smoking weed and drinking, and then there was like mushrooms and maybe a little acid. But
psychedelics would not have been a part of that for me.
Oh, really? We got into that probably like sophomore year.
Woo!
I did mushrooms the first time. I think I was like 17, maybe at Jaren's house.
Oh, sure.
And it was the most fun I'd ever had. But I was like, can't do that every day.
One of the dudes. I think I told you this before. The first time I saw mushrooms like growing, like. I was at Boy Scout camp. It was my summer going into sophomore year of high school, and the dude I shared a tent with my buddy who was a couple years older. He was going into senior year, and we shared a tent at Boy Scout camp for 2 weeks. And he had brought. So you know how like people grow mushrooms themselves, like
poop.
Well, you don't need poop. You need like a fertilizer, some kind of substrate, and then some kind of organic like brown rice. For the sake of this,
we're calling it poop.
I'm not gonna. No, it's not poop. But you can. I think that's how it started in the wild. But like you use like organic brown rice and whatever. But he had gotten like and like in the early 2000s, he got these like syringes of spores from Oregon in the mail. As like a 16-year-old,
syringes of spores.
So that's how you use you put the.
This is one of those weird older kids. Like a drug nerd.
Yes, and then he had these growing for like 2 months before camp started, and brought like 5 jars to camp that were still growing. And then he also, it was the first time I ever saw Molly. He brought Molly. He's like a 16-year-old kid. Brought Molly.
I bet he went to fucking MIT,
dude. Oh no, he ended up not. He's not doing great.
There really are two paths you could go down.
Yeah. But here's the thing: he was fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
like,
of course,
truly, and like was never able to keep a lid on just the substance abuse, and it just kind of unraveled his life. But like, I still talk to him a little bit here and there. I think he's, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I don't. If he hears this, I don't want to.
No. But that's the thing. Damn. Because like I think I saw Molly for the first time in my life, like really, maybe a year ago.
I remember we were sitting like on our little cots, and it was like one of those like army tents, like a small just 2-guy tent. We were sitting there, and he had it in capsules. We were about to go on a hike, and he was like dumping some into his hand. I was like, we were like knee to knee. I was like, what's that?
Yeah.
He's like, it's Molly. I'm like, what's that? He's like, it's ecstasy. I'm like, what does that do? He goes, pretty much just makes you have a good time no matter what.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm like, what does it taste like? He's like, kind of like balloons. and I didn't do it. I mean, I didn't do it until college. Like I was like way too scared of that.
But he did that on the hike, like on
right before the hike. And then we were fucking in high school, and we just went on like an all day hike. And
that's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
I was in Boy Scouts too. I go to Boy Scout camp.
Nice,
I remember we had a friend in high school that did ecstasy once and told me about it, and he was like, yeah, I made out with a girl, and then I went home and I jerked off to the thought of making out with a girl.
You're like, ecstasy's cool, dude.
Like, what is this fucking drug, dude? And
ecstasy.
And it never worked for me. The 2 times I've tried to do it, it didn't work. So
really?
Yeah, I think it's because of the antidepressants.
I was going to say, you're on like, was it SSRIs?
Yeah. So it's like, it kind of bumps.
You also might have gotten bunk Molly.
No, because I watched a friend of ours really lose their shit at a drive-by truckers concert.
Okay.
And I didn't.
Gotcha.
Now, before this descends into a drug podcast, you boys got a story you wanted to tell.
Oh, yeah. So Phish, dude.
This is a Phishcal quarter.
This is our Phishcal quarter episode.
Quarter. I like it.
So we've been talking. You know, it's a little. God damn, this was like June at this point. End of July.
Was it?
Yeah.
Prime summertime months.
Yeah.
So I had just gotten dumped, and you were like, "All right, hey, let's hang." And I was like, yeah, thanks. And then I remember, so basically there was a day I had never really seen Phish.
And this is also funny too, because we had talked about Phish a few times, and I I've never met anybody, I don't think, who's gotten into it like later in life. It was like always like I've been into it since. So I thought we were kind of in a similar boat of like, oh, I've been going to shows since high school. I've seen him a bunch of times. And you're like, no, like I went once with you, I think. Or
kind of.
Yeah. And then you did acid and then your cat was there and you had to leave or something.
Close. It was, I heard a cat sound, remembered that I had to take my cat to the vet, and everything spiraled from there.
Yeah, it does not sound like a fun night.
It was the worst night of my life. Truly.
Was it New Year's too?
It was December 29th. It was 2 days before New Year's, but I really thought I was going to die that night.
Wow.
And yeah. Anyways,
let me get this guy a little.
I think you probably you had a better time than I did.
I had a bad time also.
Okay.
But it was good. It led to some good stuff.
Was that both of your guys' first Phish show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I had never been, and they were playing in Philly, and I was like, "Fuck, dude! I found a $25 train ticket. Maddie's into Phish. I was like, do you want to go down to Philly, see Phish?" And it was like, fuck, yeah,
let's do it, dude. He gives a shit.
Yeah.
I was like, it was one of those things where I was like, I can't do this. And I was like, wait, why though? I like looked at my calendar. I was like, I don't have fucking anything tonight. Like, I'm like, we can be, you're like, I have a place to stay. I was like, fucking yeah, let's do it. Who gives a shit?
Real quick, another shout out to Shane O'Connor for letting us use.
I just met him on Wednesday for the first time.
Shane's great.
He's
great dude, man.
We love Shane, but yeah, he was kind enough to let us stay in his apartment, and we had a place to stay. We had a $25 train ticket, and boy howdy, dude. You pulled a move that I've never seen before.
Which one?
You didn't buy a train ticket.
Oh,
you bought the wrong train ticket?
Well, no, I was like, I'll just get a fucking ticket on this train. And they were like, no. And I was like, what do you mean, no? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm on the train. You're the guy. Let me, just give you the money for you have like a little puncher thing. Like, I didn't know you couldn't. So the guy was like, straight up, like, no, you have to buy one for like the next train. And the next train was like $85. Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm not doing that. So then I'm like, well, this is crazy because I'm not. And he's like, I'm going to get my manager. I was like, please do. I would love to talk to someone who knows what the fuck is going on.
But I just want to say, Michael, have you ever been on a moving vehicle where the guy is like, I'll get the manager, and he's got to like traverse a train to go get it? It's the funniest thing.
He was also so like uncool about what the situation was. Like he was like, what the? He was like mad at me. And I'm like, no. Pardon me, sir. But
buy shit on the train.
Exactly.
Buy tickets. Okay, so what happens?
So then the lady came like over and she's like, hey, no problem. Like, just like go and buy this one and then show it to me. So I did. And I ended up like buying one. Oh, here's what I did. The guy was like, yes, that's what I had to call on like customer service or something. So, so like I was like, I'm not buying this $85 one. So then I went and just bought one for that same train tomorrow. That was the same price. And I was like, boom. He's like, that's not going to fly. And I'm like, what do you mean, dude? Like, come on. So that's when he got the manager, and then she came over and she was like, "No big deal." She's like, "Just call this number." And I'm like, I thought it was going to take all day, and then I was
15 minutes.
It was crazy. And then she's like, the lady with the super nice on customer service emailed me a ticket that was like for the train we were on, and I showed it, and everything was fine. But it was like definitely like a 40-minute headache of like everyone just shut up. Dude. There's a lot of people on this train. I'm not trying to pull a fast one. I've already paid. Just chill, dude.
So while Maddie's doing this, the entire time I'm getting scammed for Phish tickets. So did I tell you this?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So we did not have tickets to the show, and it was sold out, and we were just like, we're gonna fucking figure it out.
And this is when I started to put together that Max
never
was
been to a Phish show.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Were you pissed? Did you feel like you were just out
like,
on a limb?
I was like,
wait,
no. It's because the way that you know me. I handle everything and I panic.
Yeah, he was like full spasmo, and I'm like a very much we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and I just have no faith.
Everyone relax.
Yeah, I have no faith that anything's going to go right. So I'm like, we got to do this 20 days before.
Totally losing it. Yeah. And then he gets scammed for a ticket for like
$55.
Yeah, and then he finds another ticket that's a scam, and he's like, "Hey, since I just got scammed, can you pay this one?" I was like, "Sure," and it was like $110.
Well, first,
and then that was also a scam. So we both got scammed.
We both got scammed.
It sounds like you got scammed twice.
Yeah,
and spread it out.
I was on the hook for the other half. Exactamundo.
Damn it! Okay, hold on. In fairness, the first scam I take full responsibility for. That was me, 100%. You're neglecting to let Michael know that we got to Philly, and you were like, "I'm going to call my boy, who is an expert at this. He knows everything about this."
And we did run it by him.
And you were like,
true.
Good
All
to
right,
go.
let's go. Yeah.
And then we got scammed.
Yeah, we got scammed hard again.
Okay, so what happens after that scam?
So then I'm like, let's just fucking go to the lot. Let's go to the show. We'll walk around and get tickets on the lot, you know, which is what I've done a bunch of times.
And I've never even been to a lot before.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah, this one I realized I'm like, I need to take more control of the steering wheel here.
More,
Yeah. So we get in a car and we go to TD Pavilion at the Man.
Dynamite venue, by the way.
Great
Never
venue.
been there. I didn't know. I think I figured it was going to be like all the other outdoor amphitheaters I've been to in the past, like your Deer Creeks, your Epon Valleys, like. And it was this similar setup, but like a fifth of the capacity.
Yeah.
Like it was awesome.
It was great,
really
but we
rad.
also got killer seats.
Dynamite seats.
So
Really?
Yeah. We'll get there.
Okay.
So we get to the lot, and the very first thing that I notice is a hissing sound that I've never heard before. In
buddy.
parties
And
like
I'm
that.
like, I'm like, we both got scammed. Let's maybe take a balloon.
Oh, take a second.
Well,
Let's regroup.
Well, dude, and I'm immediately overwhelmed. I am because this is like kind of something that I was like not ready for in any way. I'm fresh off of a breakup. I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm about to see a band that I fucking fell in love with.
You roped Matty into a situation he didn't.
No, this is Matty's bread and butter. This is
where you
I can
live.
do this
This
in my
is where you
sleep.
live.
And
Yeah.
so, and I walk as soon as we get in. This lady with 2 teeth comes up and she shows us a black brick. She's like, "You guys want some opium?"
And Mac's like, hey, I'm like, get the fuck away from this. We're not talking to her anymore. Because there's people that are like selling drugs on the lot. You're like, oh yeah, you look normal. And then there's people that are like, oh, you're just a local heroin addict that is descending upon this to
Right. And I'm very much
I like somebody selling you black tar heroin going, it's opium.
That's what happened. And I was just like, great. And Matty had to be like, you don't do this.
No.
Wait.
This lady,
There will be a
This is bad.
reputable
This
source.
lady lives under a bridge. And she looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she saw a bunch of people walking over to the lot like, what the hell?
But yeah, dude, it's just, I'd never seen nitrous balloons before. And I'd never seen how it worked and all that.
That's also so funny to me.
It was crazy.
That
And then-
can't be true. Nitrous balloons?
Never.
Never.
I mean, I've been at parties that had a tank.
Not me, dude. I don't go to parties.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, But no, I'd never seen them before, and I'm texting our high school theater teacher. We're going to leave his name out this time. And he's like, meet me by the monuments. There's this monument garden thing. And
That's not close or convenient or a fun hang. It's like the middle of a roundabout where cars are driving and people are picking up and dropping off, and like it's chaotic.
Yeah, it's an island in this fucking roundabout. And
the least cool part of the lot where we were.
And it's also, this is where like the people that I did not want to be around
the
were.
real grubby.
Like scummy people that are like.
And his squad was rough, dude.
They
were like maybe adjacent to the fucking heroin lady. Like,
yes, they were not
like
comfortable people.
He had a rough squad.
He had a very
sure.
rough
So
squad.
you're able to clock all these different types of squads.
Definitely.
At the fish,
Oh
at the
yeah,
fish
yeah,
show.
Well,
for sure.
You know what you're looking at
Yeah,
when you
dude.
see a squad.
People you look at their fingernails; they're all filthy. You're like, that guy's been outside for a couple days.
Yeah. Well, so we didn't even see him there. We just hung out. We couldn't find him. And we're like, fuck this. Let's just go to the show. Oh, we got to find tickets.
Yeah, so we're in the main drag, and there's like some people, because there's also people selling fake tickets in those ones too.
Right.
And is that laptop fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for asking that.
And then I was like, let's go off like this main drag and just hit some of the like
Sides.
the offshoot parking areas where like people just park and are like drinking by their cars before they like start heading into the show.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get people that are just pulled up and they're like, I got some tickets.
Yeah.
And I'm going to either sell them or maybe give them away or whatever. And like before they get into like the throngs and like the melee of everybody looking for it.
Yeah.
Kind of like, so you kind of just walk around with your finger up like this, which means like, I need a ticket.
Just one.
Right.
I need one.
Yeah.
So we're both walking, and this older dude, he's bald, but he's got the like crown hair, the
Curly,
bozo sort of thing. He's like, hey, he's very quiet. He's like, hey, and I see him, and I'm like, all right, there's no way this guy has
We walk
tickets.
over.
You're already worried about getting ripped off again.
Yes, and he's like, go get the other guy, and I like yell because you're like. You walk
I was
so
in business
fucking
mode.
fast.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
you
I'm
were
like,
just
we gotta
what
get
you're
fucking
doing.
tickets.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
bless you.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a quarter of a
You don't
mile
want to go to the
away.
main drag. You want to go to the offshoot.
Yeah, dude. I had to get on top
People
of a
are-
car and yell his name for him to hear me.
Yeah.
And he comes. So you come back, and he's like, I did not think he had tickets. I thought he was going to be like, hey, I can't help you out, but I can. You guys want a beer or two or something? But he's like,
As soon as he called us back, I knew we were in luck, but I didn't know how lucky.
dude.
Interesting.
So he starts talking to us, and he's just like, yeah, no, hey, you guys are trying to see the show, and he's still cagey. He's like getting to feel us out a bit. He's like asking us a few questions, like, where'd you came from?
Are you answering all the questions?
Oh yeah, I'm like, man, I'm like, you know, like we were on it. We just took the train in from New York. We both just got scammed online for tickets. Like, we're just trying to like find some in the lot, and he like asked us something else, and he's like, so I have these, you know, tickets that he's like, they're actually like through friends of the band. And I have these 2 extras, and here you guys go. Here, it's a like it's called getting miracled in when you get a free ticket in the lot like that. Yeah. So he's like, here you go. This is your miracle. And we were like, shut up, dude.
It was
and they were
crazy.
like, I've seen in the 50s of shows the best seats I've ever had at a Phish show in my life.
No shit.
Yeah,
Dude, I've got the ticket on the board, dude. It was crazy. We get in at this point. I don't know what exactly what we were doing, but like at this point it's like let's get in there, dude. I just want to get in and have fun, and we start going, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, god damn, I've been looking, this is my redemption. I've been trying to get to this show for a long time. I was eating some mushrooms. It was so just a little bit of mushrooms, and I'm like, I'm so excited to see this. This is going to be great.
Oh, those were intense mushrooms.
Those were very intense.
Yeah,
mushrooms.
This guy gave them to me in Charlotte. I'd done a show there like the week prior, and this guy just gave me like a thing of mushrooms, like in a legit, like, I don't know, it looked like it came from a mushroom dispensary. Like it was like in a very legit cylinder with like labeling and fucking stuff on it.
Yeah.
And they were like,
you know it's good.
Yeah.
Well, and like when I looked at them, they were like the most beautiful. Like they looked like they came out of a textbook about psilocybin. They were like the most perfect. And we had some of those, and they were like intense for sure.
Yeah.
They were strong.
The camera shut off.
Oh no!
Keep going.
But yeah, so we did that, and it was a fucking it was a great set. Or great both set. The whole show was great.
Hell yeah!
I think we ended up getting some Molly from that lady.
That's what I want to talk about, because that's one of the funniest things. Hang on.
Is that all okay to talk about?
Yeah. If you're cool with it.
Sure.
Because I didn't. Well, here was the thing. This is what really got me. This is one of the funniest things that I've ever seen in my life. We were so I had never like
yeah.
So I have never really seen like I'm always such a socially anxious person. I never introduce myself to people anywhere.
Oh, it shows I'm like friends with everybody around me.
Yeah, because you've done it. You know what the fuck it is. I love your level of experience.
And that's
blended with Max's level of manic enthusiasm and abject terror.
Dude, yeah. So we're sitting next to, and we meet the guy next to us, this guy named Tim. He's real nice. He's in, his wife's family lives in Philly, so he's stoked. And then we're hanging out. There's a guy in front of us. So after set break,
oh, this guy,
dude,
goddamn.
Okay, so we've got these great seats, and people are trying to like sneak into our row to like not get bounced.
That's what I used to do in high school all the time. I would sneak into the show without a ticket, like climbing fences, sneaking through the woods, like getting all cut up and shit, and then like make it in by second set, and then like sneak into the pavilion and just like be in the like stairways and getting yelled at by security guards. No.
Cool.
No, but I would like run from people, you know what I mean? Like for sure.
Well, so there's the sweatiest, piss-smellingest man of all time is ducking into our row, and he just smells like pee, and he's sweaty, and he's kind of big. He's got cargo shorts on, and it's a whole thing. Every time he comes in, I'm like, oh, fuck, because he's just got to squish us in a bit.
Boys here.
So at one point, someone next to us is like, God damn, how cool would it be to have Molly right now? And the prettiest woman in the room or outside opens up her hand. She's got Molly pills.
It took more than that. I had been talking to this lady for a little while, and she like went and came back.
I was trying to give you cover.
Yeah. No, she was, because like I was like, yeah, I'm like, and she was like, yeah, here's one. And she was like a middle aged, you know what I mean? And I saw her at one of the garden shows. Her and her boyfriend were there. Yeah.
Oh, really?
But
yeah, which happens all the time. Like we met like we met like 3 people that we like kind of vibed with at this show, and I like a week and a half later in a different state saw one of them. You know what I mean? Which happens way more frequently in Phish shows than you would. I have like friends that I only see at Phish shows, and like I became friends with them because of that. And we still keep in touch and stuff.
It's really fucking rad. Man. Yeah. But like, so she's got Molly, and then the sweaty the sweaty piss guy. He sees that drugs are being passed. Like, oh, you guys want something? And he reaches into his cargo shorts.
Just pissy little cargo shorts.
And he pulls individually wrapped insomnia cookies.
Like the chocolate chip cookie, you know, the insomnia cookie. Yeah.
Cookies.
He's got a cargo shorts full of cookies,
dude, and they're wet.
Oh my god,
and damp. And the dichotomy of a pretty woman with drugs and a sweaty man with cookies.
Pretty good.
Encapsulates the entire audience of a fish show, dude. Yeah. It was great. But then I'm sitting next to our boy Tim. And we're like kind of vibing and dancing, and we see the guy in front of us has just kind of been like quiet and not
sitting down.
Also,
where he's the only one out of maybe 15,000 that are sitting down.
Yes, yeah. And there's like a balloon in the area that he's not moving, and it's just like he's clearly on his phone.
Yeah,
he's just texting. And like just like glued
Staring.
to it.
Yes. Yeah. So Tim, my next door neighbor, and I, we're peering, and we kind of see what he's texting. And my God, was it one of the funniest conversations?
Max, he's like, look, and I like bent down and look, and one of the texts I saw was, I'm at the Fish concert right now, but I like you so much.
Yes, that was the exact words were, I'm watching Fish right now, but I like you so much. To which she responded, ha ha ha, enjoy the show. And then he said, seriously, I really like.
And then Max is freshly dumped. He's like, "This is my guy right here." I feel you, brother.
Yeah, dude, I put my hand on his shoulder.
Don't look at her stories.
Yeah, but yeah. So he just keeps going, and then after a while, she stops responding, and he just keeps digging himself into a hole. Do you like me? I like you. Hey. Do you like me?
Oh, yeah. So then at this point, Max is like, fuck the show. He's like dialed in on this guy's world. And he keeps like letting, I'm like watching the show, and he's like giving me updates on what this guy's doing. Yeah.
It was the funniest fucking thing. And then Tim and I are just like high fiving at every moment, just like, this is the best night of our lives. And the show was amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible. I finally got to see Fish like for the first time, like in its entirety.
And did you feel like you were all in after that? Were you like, this is what I knew it could be?
It was better.
It was a fucking awesome show, too.
Awesome fucking show. And the weather was perfect.
Yep.
It was like phenomenal. So after the show is where things kind of got a bit of a bummer. We go to meet the high school theater teacher at the Monument Garden. We couldn't find him before. And he's like, hey, come on. Hey, grab me a balloon. Why don't you? He texts me that. I was like, okay. And I didn't get the balloon, but we get there, and man, this is so fucking depressing.
Yeah, I do want to hear your version of this.
Can you?
Because I've heard your version of it.
He was kind of like, I don't want to say unaffected.
Is flippant the word?
Yes, like I'm trying to look for the right word, like unaffected, flippant, like
nonplussed.
Yeah, like in a way where I'm like, if I was running, and it had been how long since you've seen him? Since high school?
No, because the last time I saw him was when he came to Fish for New Year's Eve here, and I met him for a beer, but then before that, yeah, it was high school.
It was also like, to me, I'm like, it was hard for me to picture this guy ever being like in charge of children.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
he was lauded,
and it was like and it was also not like, oh my god, I used to teach you. It was like, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah,
you're a guy here. Like it was okay. And
was,
so then I was like, kind of just like, this guy sucks. And like I was also bummed because you were like, it was such a thing, like a pivotal thing that we were trying to do even before the show, and then afterwards we got to meet this guy, and like it was like such a priority for you, and it seemed like such a like, oh yeah, Max, sure, and I was like, it didn't line up for me. So then I was like, this guy stinks, dude.
Yeah,
because I was mostly just bummed. It was not like he didn't do anything like actively. Like if I just met this guy, I wouldn't have gave it a shit. But like I was mostly like mad at how stoked you were and how unstoked he was.
And
I like felt bad, so I was like, this guy hurt my friend's feelings, dude. Fuck this guy, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it was crazy because like he did something that I don't think anyone's ever pulled this move before.
What was it?
When I told him, because we were talking about the show and all this, and then he goes, and I was like, yeah, well, I just recorded an album. He goes, oh, that's great, man. I'm gonna head out, and he turned around and didn't go anywhere.
Oh shit.
I've never seen someone do something like that before.
You say, oh, I'm gonna head out, and then turn around.
And then talk to someone else. And I was like, dog.
Damn.
You could just say, hey, man, I've got to talk to my buddies or some shit. But like, it was just the rudest thing anyone's ever
I have to go hang out with these other weird Lost Boys / fucking Burning Man.
Yeah,
freaks.
and they were like, yeah, we're going somewhere. We're going. We got to get on the road. And then we sat in the lot, and we had a great time the rest of the evening.
Yeah,
but
certainly. We got matching T-shirts.
Oh yeah, dude. We got matching Fish shirts. We got posters, dude.
Did you make it over to Shane's place?
Yes,
we did. Yeah, that's where we stayed. We like when we got into Philly, that's where we went because Max still had to finish work. So we were there. We were at Shane's place for like 2 hours, and then went to the show, and then came back there. It was a pretty like tame, all things considered, because we had a train back the next morning. Like I think we were back at his place by like midnight or something.
It was
or
pretty
1.
easy. But then it continued over into New York.
Yeah.
Now, Fish in New York, we had one of the funniest experiences I've ever seen on 33rd Street with the gentleman with the Eyes Odd shirt.
Which one was that?
This was the guy who came up and he had a balloon in his hand and he comes up.
Oh yeah. That old guy. I was like we were doing balloons and this guy.
I keep trying to dance around the part that we're the ones doing balloons.
Yeah,
but,
that's all right. It's after a Fish show.
All right, so we're doing balloons and this guy comes up to us and he's like, "Hey, can I get a hit of your balloon, man?" And he's asking you, me, Kenny, and Justin.
And I was like kind of on the moon at this point. We had done acid this night. Kenny told us this acid was like very chill and mild.
Oh, right.
He was like, I just did this. We did this in Utah when we went hiking in the desert. And like, he's like, it's really chill and mild, I promise. Because I'm like kind of a pussy about acid.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I only usually take it from like a couple friends that I, even in my whole life. And like, they know. Like, I'll take half or less of whatever they took. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Kenny's like, no, I know how you are with it. Like, it's super chill. And it fucking was rocket fuel, dude. Like,
dude.
So we were like, and after the show, we were doing this. At one point, straight up, I thought I was in the 1800s.
Yes.
So it was like, we were on acid and I did this balloon. I was like sitting on the ground and there was like, it was like this sounds like I thought it was like an 1830s New York City.
Yeah.
Because like someone was like banging the tank on the ground. And it sounded like a blacksmith
Yeah,
shop.
yeah,
And I was like, oh my God. I thought I heard wagons going by. Like it was like this whole.
Well, this dude comes up to us because you're sitting down at this point.
And I was like, this guy's saying something to me. I'm like, I'm in the 1800s.
Right.
So get away from
so
me.
he's gone. So Matty's gone. I'm there. And I'm like, no, dude, you can't have any of my balloon. And then he goes, come on, man. I'm just an Irish kid trying to kill some brain cells. This is a 55-year-old man with a polo
least, maybe
shirt
60,
tucked into his khakis. He's got a wedding band on, someone's father. And he's just like...
Yeah, he just got out of a rehearsal dinner down the block somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
he's
he was not at the show.
Yeah, he was not at the Fish concert. And Kenny's like, fine, okay. And so Kenny gives him the balloon. He starts hitting it. And Kenny's like, hey, give it back. And he takes a big hit, gives it back to Kenny, spins around a bit, tumbles and sits down next to Matty.
And I'm just like...
It was just like catatonic.
Yeah.
And then he looks at Matty, me, Kenny, and he goes, I don't know you guys. Shoots up and runs away. And then we just kind of hung out.
Yeah, then we met up with my friends Corey and Jen, who were in from Colorado.
I
who were
bailed.
like, they were like, oh yeah, and that's who I saw the show with the next night.
Yeah.
Who I met them at a show in Colorado like 10 plus years ago, and they were like friends of friends, and we were like kind of in a squad together. And then since then we've like hung out. Like I've stayed at their place in Fort Collins when I did shows there.
Yeah.
And they were in New York, so that's who I saw the show with the next night. That like married couple.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, man. These shows sound super tiring. It sounds like
You know what?
It doesn't have
It's
to be.
not.
Once you know it, once you know what you're doing, it can be.
Yeah, well, Max
It'd be
makes it
easy.
sound much more chaotic than. I mean, it's fun for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to put a little, pizzazz on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm a
Little
You
razzle
don't
dazzle.
need to do that.
I know, but I
you
need
don't
it.
need
Yes,
to.
I do. Because
no, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You tell too many little tales.
But you...
Everyone loves a tail, man.
You
Come on.
jerk up a tail too much.
No, because I tell you what, it's not as interesting. I know that, and I'm trying so hard to seem cool.
What are
You're
you
cool,
doing?
man. Hey,
No,
everyone's
because
cool.
I just have to explain. I figured out. I explained to somebody why I like fish, and I said it, and it really made me realize that I've become what I've always hated.
What's that?
Just a guy that really loves fish too much.
That's okay. Dude, to be totally honest with you, that's why like when we connected over it, like it's not something I've ever like worn on like my sleeve in terms of like being super like posting about it, being like, because like for whatever reason, I mean, I guess I understand it to an extent, but like people have this wrong, like this misconception about what fish is and like, and their fans and like what their music is.
My
or
friends
what
who love fish are lovely people. The people that took me to that initial concert were
They're the
were
best.
great. Yeah.
Well, like they like it. Some people hear it and they're like, you might as well say like, oh, I love the Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
And like, and so then they
but
like
those people
like,
are great too.
Sure, I mean, different kind of great, but like,
Yeah.
it's not. They're not my type of
Sure.
greatness. But like, it's people almost like discount your opinion on music as a whole. They're like, oh, you like Fish? Well, then I don't fucking care what you think about jazz. And it's like, no, this is actually like the best kind of music. Like they're so incredible at their what they do and like their improvisation. Like
They're true
so,
musicians.
but
They're
people
very
just
talented.
don't get it. So I'm never like leading with or like doing jokes about fucking being a Fish all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
See, here's my thing: is I'm so afraid that I just want to be a tastemaker, man.
Sure.
So I'm just like I'm going to bring everybody to Fish.
Yeah,
I'm
dude. Well, that was another thing. That was another big mistake you made, and
I made a lot of
I
mistakes.
clocked this at the end of your little Madison Square Garden run. But you brought
I love it.
You brought a different person who had never seen or really wanted to see fish.
You forced it.
I did not force it.
There's a few people, and but then that made you have a bad time. And I was like, well, of course you like that second night of the garden. You're like, I'm bringing this guy.
Oh,
and I'm bringing him because we have the same first name. I'm like, good luck to you. Let's hang out at set break. I'm gonna go do this.
No. That was the third or fourth.
No, I was there that night.
Yeah, I know
Max,
you were.
The other Max Fine. Yeah.
And he just disappeared.
Yeah. And then you were like, oh, my friend left, and I'm like, yeah, you don't bring people who want to be here.
Well, he loved it. He loved it, but the guy next to us was really freaking him out.
Okay.
He had a really shitty dude next to him, and who kept like bothering him and shit, and he panicked and left.
Okay.
But no, I mean, I don't know. I want everybody to like what I like. That's the thing. I want someone to connect with on anything. Unfortunately, not a single person I took to fish seemed to want.
And I was like, "Well, here's your problem."
Yeah, dude.
I can see where you went wrong.
For you, Matty wears it right. He keeps it. It's his thing.
Yeah, dude.
He's not trying to get everybody in.
That's the problem. I want
He's an evangelist.
Well, it's not even that. It's just I want to talk about this with people, and there's very few people that want to talk about it.
Well, it's hard to talk about unless they get it,
right?
And they don't. You're not going to get it unless you love it.
Yeah,
kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. And Michael, I want you to love it.
I would if you weren't so fucking annoying about it. You don't remember. You weren't even supposed to go to that concert.
I know.
I was supposed to go with PJ and Stacy and experience it. And then you got too high and I had to help you.
You didn't have to do anything.
Yes, I did. I had to be a good friend. So I didn't even watch the whole concert.
Bullshit,
I hung out with you.
No.
And then at the end, you decided that you just were going to make it part of your thing. And I was like, fuck you.
First off, we didn't meet up until set break.
We met up before the show started.
No. I know that. I know.
You texted me before set break saying, I'm having a terrible time.
Man, this dynamic had a bad time at a concert? You don't say.
Truly.
No, we had a great time.
It was really sweet, actually.
That's
When
fantastic.
we met up, and I was like, all right, I got you. Because I wasn't, I was having a bit of a rough time.
You said to me, yeah, exactly.
But I was handling it, and then you were not. And I was like, helping you helped me handle my shit. Because you know how they say the best way to learn is to teach? Like the best way to chill out is to help somebody else chill out. You have to be the bigger
one that's chilling.
You got to me post the real bad freak out phase. You got to me where it was like, we'll walk around and laugh at everything.
Right.
And that was fun.
Well, that's because we were together because you were with somebody that you didn't know as well as me.
That's true. That's true.
So you were
being with someone who you know and also who like knows the band and like is enjoying it. Like that's why when I went and watched the show with that other couple. Also, here's another crazy thing. So like that night, the second night when I watched the whole show with Jen and Corey, I was like, I got a ticket close to their section, and I was like, there was a bunch of open seats by us last night, so I'm like, all right, I'll just come into your guys' row. And then 3 nights prior to that, one of my buddies from high school, who I took him to his first Phish concert when we were seniors. We ran away from home and went to Vegas in a minivan.
Cool. Hell yeah, dude.
And so him and his wife, they're married. They live in Chicago now, and I've been friends with his wife for like over 10 years. They got into New York. I had a drink with them, and they were going to Phish. I'm like, let's maybe meet up one of the nights. The night I went and met with Jen and Corey in their row, they were fucking 2 seats down.
That's so
out
cool.
of the whole Madison Square Garden. The only other people from my neighborhood that were there were like in the row with me. We had one guy move, and then we had a crew of 6.
And that's something you say sort of happens. And there's a lot of kismet happening at these shows.
Yes, for sure.
It's awesome, dude.
It's still running? Yeah. No, I definitely see how it's cool. I want to do it again. I want to do it in the right circumstances where I don't feel the need to like get all messed up. I just want to go and keep it chill and appreciate it and then go home. And I do think seeing it in Madison Square Garden is a good place because it's pretty simple. Take the train up, you get in that
It's crazy easy,
and then you get out. And I like being at Madison Square Garden and watching a Phish show get out and descend upon New York.
Oh, it's amazing.
Because you can see people looking at it like, what the fuck is happening?
Even the cops, if they're new, they're like, what the fuck is
They
this,
just
dude?
see a bunch of hemp necklaces walking toward them.
Like the fucking nitrous mafia taking over whole streets.
33rd Street,
Oh, that's the funniest thing too, is because there's no lots, so it's just like
Oh, bro! Even in high school, like the Philly gas mob was like a thing. Like they were like these dudes. They would set up.
What
tanks.
does that mean?
It's like I don't like the Philly dudes were running shit for a while. I don't know if this is like a '90s, early 2000s thing, but like they were also like a rough bunch. Like they would set up tanks. They would have walkie talkies. Like a tank would get busted on this corner of the lot. They would blast one immediately on the opposite side. And like all these guys were pretty much knew they would go to jail or be willing to.
Right.
And they would like get arrested and like their buddies would bail them out like a few hours later. And they were all like, you know, black eyes, missing teeth, like, you know, they have like a cut on their face.
The
like,
gas mob.
Yeah.
But they had a family.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a criminal enterprise.
But they had a family.
Dude, I saw some pictures from Dragon Con this year.
What the fuck even is that?
Dragon Con is Atlanta's Comic Con.
Okay.
Yes. So people get dressed up, people get wasted.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Sure.
People, you get wasted in a costume.
My
go.
Wait, really quick. I just want to go back. When I was talking about the Philly gas mob, I was saying black eyes, not black guys.
No one thought.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. I didn't want to sound like as soon as I said that, I'm like, that was eyes, right? Like they were like they had been punched in the face. Yeah, okay.
God, I wish we got that on video.
No, it'd be so funny if you were like, fucking missing teeth, Asian eyes. She's like, what the hell?
But there was a thing I saw pictures from Dragon Con.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I've got a buddy who went dressed as Vin Diesel.
Okay.
Apparently, there was an impromptu.
How do you dress like that? Don't you just look like him or you don't?
He had a bald cap, and he would dress in like he had a leather vest on. And
Sure.
Apparently, a lot of people went as Vin Diesel to Dragon Con, and they kind of met up with each other like throughout the weekend and planned an impromptu family reunion.
That's amazing.
It was just a bunch of dudes dressed as Vin Diesel talking about family in the middle of a hotel.
That's a weird kind of meatup, though. You know what I mean?
I think it's hilarious. I think it's so fucking
for sure.
fun.
It's Vin Diesel. I feel for him sometimes because you can tell he's got beef with The Rock because The Rock did his own spinoff. And I watched a video. He like did something on his Instagram story where he's like, "We need a spinoff for the Toretto family," and it's like the two ladies that are with him in the first one, like his sister and his girlfriend, that they're still throughout the series. And he's like holding the camera up with them behind him, like, don't we need that Toretto family? And you can see they're just like, yeah,
I guess.
Sure, Vin.
All right, Vin.
Whatever you want,
Sorry,
Vin.
buddy.
It's like, sorry, you and The Rock fucking hate each other. You're Groot, Vin. Get over it. You're doing okay.
He's doing fine.
Oh, yeah. I forgot he's Groot, dude.
Groot.
Have you guys heard his song?
No.
What is it?
Vin Diesel made a song.
Do you not have fucking air conditioning in this place? What's going on here?
Okay.
But
got a flop sweat. But when we leave the room,
it's going to be awesome.
It's awesome.
It's like getting on the subway.
I just found out. This is something I found out this year. I had no idea Vin Diesel was not his real name.
What?
Yeah.
You never thought of it? You're like, man, that's a cool name.
Is it the song "Feel Like I Do"?
Yes. This is.
What do you mean, Jack's Gasoline? That guy's not real.
I really thought that was his real name, and it made no sense to me until very recently.
I don't know that. Oh, here we go.
So, dude, it kind of rips.
What do you mean? This is his song?
Country.
It is.
It does.
It is.
Yes.
This is Vin Diesel singing right now. Music. I'm Vin Diesel.
I think this is him.
Oh yeah, I can see
the chorus is where I'm gonna.
That sounds like Vin.
Yeah, that does.
It
sound
does,
like
but I don't know if this is. Oh yeah, it is.
He's got another single.
Oh, then play the single.
I didn't hate it. Days Are Gone. He's only got singles. 2 singles.
Damn. My man is a multi-hyphenate.
He's got a sound.
he's got a vibe, dude.
It does feel like if you put a microphone inside of a hollowed out coconut, this is what you would hear.
It's like a Michael McDonald thing going.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, time keeps steady racing. Friday,
it's just all the days of the week.
I think that's what he's
Nice. Thursday, that's a day.
Friday,
a new day. It's floor day.
Terrible bit.
Leg day.
Good bit.
Cause shit, I miss those days when we didn't worry about it.
No, we don't have to look you.
It's like Vance Joy.
Kind of. But this
I mean, how many times have you heard this like chord progression?
Yes.
In your fucking life.
This is.
I feel like that's like every Michael Franti song too.
Yeah.
Michael Franti used to, dude. Oh my god, he pisses me off so much sometimes.
Are you making a playlist?
No,
Okay,
I'm
all right,
sorry.
yeah.
But it's just if you go to Vin Diesel's, he's got 2 songs and we just listen to him. Michael Franti, the song I really like by him was Ganja Babe because they played it in a season of Weeds. You remember that?
Ooh, I don't.
Ganja Babe, my sweet Ganja Babe. I love the way you love me and the way you're misbehaving. But then he does other shit that's so stupid.
I don't think I know who this is.
He does a lot.
You know him. Michael Franti and Spearhead.
I used to drive around while I was supposed to be doing my college applications, and I would smoke weed and listen to this song.
Great.
Like a real, like
Some
in
of
the
his
minivan.
some of his songs sound like an advertisement for palm trees or something.
Oh,
Or it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
It's like a good song for like a Chevy Malibu driving up the PCH.
This seems like it would be.
Not this one. Like I'm talking about like there's like a Sunshine one or like you're going away.
Today.
I'll be back around the way. Seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know.
But I know one thing, that I love you.
Like we're singing this over a different song.
Yeah, I'm so confused. I can't
It's
tell
this
if you're
song.
singing along to this song.
You have to have heard this.
You fucking know this song.
You
dude.
you fucking know this song.
I will smash every computer in this room if you don't tell me you know this song.
Oh, well, let me hear it.
This one goes out to you and yours.
Worldwide connection.
Around the way.
I must have heard this.
Maybe you haven't. We just burned you into here.
This sounds like it could have been in the Goofy movie.
It would have been at the end of like Lilo and Stitch. too. It could have been so many places. I bet they had it in Moana, bro.
I like this. I don't think I would ever listen to it, but I like it.
For the world, I just want to write a song about a boy and a girl.
Jesus. He did it though.
I've never heard of this, man.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, I forgot you just found Fish like last month.
I know, dude. I just got into the Beatles.
Which is insane.
Yeah, man. I just found out about them.
He made Bobby Condon so mad.
Oh my god, this is
everybody
incredible,
off.
dude.
Yeah,
What a fucking asshole you are.
I consider myself an authority on music, and I had never listened to the Beatles.
Dude's got some hot tracks. This Mick Jagger fella.
Oh, I love this guy. Love the Stones, but I'd never listened to the Beatles, dude.
Well, you seem like you came from a Stones house for sure.
No, my parents are Beatles people. My
What?
dad liked the Stones.
They were both for me. Or,
Yeah,
like,
my parents were both. Yeah.
yeah.
But I just never got into the Beatles. I thought they were kind of corny and lame, and then I started listening to them right when I started dating my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, these guys are.
There was a couple. I had I think the first time I heard Led Zeppelin, like I'd heard the words Led Zeppelin, but I
Yeah.
never. And there was like a record player in my parents' bedroom, and I don't know, like 4th grade or 3rd grade or something, and it had that weird like almost famous moment where I like put on. I think the first song was Black Dog. It was that album like Led Zeppelin 4 maybe, which is like gray and the guy's like carrying stuff on his back.
Yeah.
I was like, well, what the fuck is this? I've heard of this band, but like, what could this be? And I like just put it on, and it was like, hey, mama, is that the way you
Yeah.
look? And I was like, oh my god,
Zeppelin.
dude! It was like, I was like, it blew my dick off.
Play it. I never really got into Zeppelin.
It was like truly like I was sitting like cross-legged on the floor in my parents' bedroom and just put on. I was like, well, let's see what these guys are all about. And
Wait,
that was
what's
the
the name
first
of that song
song,
again?
Black Dog.
Black Dog. Dude, I got into them because of School of Rock, which was the first movie I saw alone in theaters. I've talked about it on this podcast a couple times. Great first movie to see alone in theaters. I was in like 6th or 7th grade.
What were you doing in movies alone in 6th grade?
My parents, or my mom went and saw a different. My mom
Yes,
saw
okay.
a
Like,
different.
imagine that, like that little guitar thing came on first, and I was like, whoa.
And then it just does this.
Oh, I know this song.
And coming out of like a big like old speaker from the 70s, there was like fabric on it, like, and I was like, holy fuck, dude, yeah.
And then they just go on.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to get into Zeppelin.
You need to, dude.
Yeah.
It's nonstop, absolute fucking.
Dude, you know who
tracks.
else I just got into? Have you ever listened to? Are you a Yola Tango guy?
Not big into them, but like I like.
Dude,
yeah,
they're blowing
They're
my
great.
fucking mind right now.
Yeah.
I never really. We gotta cut this one.
You know what one really got me was this one.
Oh, rock and
the
roll.
rock and roll
This
for
was
sure.
like-
This is like the yeah.
Dude, this was in a commercial, I think.
It's probably been in 100
And
commercials.
I would like dance around my room real hard.
Oh yeah, dude.
Real
Not phoning it
fucking
in.
hard.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Right.
Happy nobody can see me.
Yeah.
But sort of wishing they could. You
Right,
know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Because I'm like,
You're like lifting
I'm
weights in
full
the
on.
mirror. You're like, fuck yeah.
This was
I feel like at the end of this, this is like a Zoom commercial.
that was a song that they played every week at Camp Jam. Someone would play it.
Oh, really?
And it was just like, I fucking hate this song now. But yeah, no, Yola Tango blowing my fucking mind.
Yeah, they're good.
Really, have you dug into them?
No, but I didn't realize that they were from longer ago.
They're 40 years old. The guy's like 66 years old or some shit. And they've got like every album is crazy different. They kind of do the Fish thing where they jam a lot.
Do you like Velvet Underground?
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah. I was like half expecting you to be like, who's that? So I'm glad you said yes.
Yeah. But man, Yola Tango's doing all kinds. They do a Hanukkah run. So they
What?
do 8
Nice,
nights
dude.
of Hanukkah.
Shalom, my guy.
Mahalo. They never play the same. They don't play the same song twice. It's the same
Yeah.
thing as Fish.
Right.
It's so cool,
What
man.
the hell?
We got to be. I'm trying to get really.
I'm
into
excited.
This.
Well, we got the OCs coming up, and the OCs go super fucking hard.
What's
but
the
they
date on
jam
that?
too.
Nice.
It's in like 2
Where are they playing?
weeks. They're playing at the Warsaw.
Okay.
Oh, sick!
Never been there.
It's cool, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a Polish.
Have you heard the
community center.
OCs?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Makes checks out.
Yeah.
Have you heard the OCs at all?
But I don't know. Like, I'm not super familiar.
Throw it on.
Oh
Like a
yeah.
minute long song.
I'll see these guys with you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Come with us.
Yeah.
Dude, I love how this chorus comes in. It's fun. This is going to be fun to see live. Here it comes. Okay.
It is
Hell yeah, dude.
crazy.
That's fun.
It is crazy to see your evolution of
I don't
what you
think
listen to.
you don't like that song that much.
I don't, but
If you come to this concert and you make problems for me,
I'm not going to make any problems for you. You son of a bitch, dude. I'm going to go and I'm going to sit.
Pupo's coming.
Great. I'm not going to. What do you think I'm going to do?
I don't know.
I'm not going to. No, but it's just if I had showed you this in high school, you would have been like, I fucking hate this.
Not true. Maybe.
I
True.
think it's so hot.
It's
so
crazy,
You guys
huh?
want to call it?
Yeah.
We had a good episode. This is a good
We did it.
episode.
I'll come back anytime. This is a blast.
This is great.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So let's do one more. So let's do this. Let's get a jam going, and then nope. Then
No, let's get out of here.
okay. Well, do
Let's
you go
just
to
do
plug shit?
Yeah, we'll plug it again.
Oh, Cincinnati for me, October 7th.
I'm
It's
there
actually
the 5th
Dayton,
and
Kentucky,
6th.
but it's technically Cincinnati.
Same thing, yeah. 5th and 6th. We're October 1st. Michael and I are going to be at Let's Fest in
That's
Indianapolis.
Right.
Come out.
This weekend I'm at Off Cabot in Boston. That's right.
Jesus
Hell yeah.
Christ Almighty!
It's so hot.
It's so
You're
hot.
soaking wet.
I know.
am
Can
too.
you
Yeah.
tell?
Oh yeah. I look.
Jesus.
That's why it's a good thing the video went out. You look disgusting.
No.
Dude. Thanks, guys.
Oh, dude,
Thank you, Daddy.